We often think that solving big problems is up to governments or huge companies. But what if that's not the whole story? What if it starts with just one person? Today, we're going to look at this incredible organization in Bangladesh called Shokriyo. And they're built on this one simple, powerful idea. Every single citizen counts.
Okay, but before we dive in, I want to ask you something. And seriously, take a second to think about it. Do you really believe that one person, you, can actually make a difference in your own community? Whatever you just thought, just hold on to that answer. Because no matter what you answered, the key is this really cool idea called active citizenship. And it's pretty simple, right? It's about switching from being just a spectator on the sidelines to actually being a player in the game of your community. It's about stepping up, taking some ownership, and realizing, hey, we're all in this together to make things better.
And that philosophy? That's exactly what Shokriyo is all about. It's their foundation. Their whole mission is built around this vision of putting the power to make change right where it belongs, in the hands of the people. So what's the big picture for them? They want to build a nation that's fair, that's inclusive, that's peaceful. Think of it like a giant puzzle. Now they know that you can't build that puzzle with just a few people calling the shots from the top. No way. It takes every single citizen picking up their own piece and helping to put it all together. And that, right there, is active citizenship at its absolute best.
Okay, so having a big vision is great, but how do you actually make it happen? In the real world? Well, Shokriyo has worked out a really smart model to turn that big dream into actual, concrete action.
And their model? It's actually pretty simple. It boils down to two key steps. First, they team up with everyone, universities, businesses, other NGOs, to build this amazing support network. But then, and this is the real game changer, they hand over the keys to the citizens themselves. They empower them to be the architects, to design and build the solutions for their own neighborhoods.
All right, so that's the theory. But what does this look like in practice? Out on the streets of Bangladesh. This is where the story gets really, really cool. Let's take a look at some of the incredible projects that have come out of this whole model.
So first up, in a world just flooded with fake news, they've built Fact Zakai. It's becoming one of the biggest fact-checking platforms in the whole country. And this isn't just about saying that's wrong. It's way bigger. It's about teaching people how to think critically, which, is absolutely essential for any healthy democracy.
Then you've got climate change. And here, they're totally flipping the script. Instead of just waiting around for some big government policy, they're encouraging a culture where everyone takes personal responsibility. They're showing that when a whole bunch of people make small changes, it adds up to a huge impact.
They've also got this thing called online peacekeeping, and it's tackling a super important modern problem, making the internet a safer place. They are actively working to protect kids and young people from stuff like cyberbullying and online exploitation. So important.
And then there's this one, Human Lost and Found. Wow. This one really gets you. The goal is so simple, but so incredibly powerful. They help reunite lost people with their families. It's a perfect reminder that at the end of the day, active citizenship is really just about people helping people.
Plus, they get that real power comes from knowing your stuff. So they run legal awareness programs. And it's not about just handing out pamphlets. No, they're giving people the actual tools they need to understand the rights and deal with complicated legal systems without being intimidated.
And honestly, the list just keeps going. They're involved in crisis response, good governance, preventing violence, road safety, food safety. The sheer range of what they're doing is just mind-blowing. And it really proves one thing. When you empower everyday citizens, there's pretty much nothing they can't tackle.
Okay, so all these projects sound amazing, but is it actually making a difference? Let's talk about the impact, because at the end of the day, it's the real-world results that matter, right?
Get this number, 1,063. That's not just some random number on a spreadsheet. That's over 1,000 real people, citizens, who've been trained and empowered with skills in leadership and community organizing. These folks are the real engines of change, sending out ripples of positivity through their communities.
And those people, they are getting stuff done. They've launched more than 17 different social action projects across the country. This is the proof right here that the model works. You empower local people, you get real solutions for real problems, designed by the people who understand them better than anyone.
And this whole thing is built to last. They've already built solid partnerships with 5 major institutions, and that number's growing. This means Shokriyo is making sure this movement keeps going for the long haul. So this isn't about just a few flashy projects. It's about building a whole ecosystem for change.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? Look, this isn't just a feel-good story about an organization in Bangladesh. It's so much more. It's a blueprint. It's an invitation, really. It's this universal idea that proves change is possible, anywhere, anytime, as soon as people decide to get involved.
The founder, Mahmoud al-Hassan, he says it best. He says, "I believe things can happen when people connect and work together." It's so simple, but so true, isn't it? When people come together to tackle a problem, amazing things can happen.
And hey, if you're listening to this and feeling inspired, Shokriyo makes it super easy to get involved. You can volunteer your time and skills, you can become a member, you can donate, you can even do something as simple as reporting harmful stuff online. The point is, there's a place for absolutely everyone.
And that brings us full circle, right back to that question I asked you at the very beginning. We've just seen a ton of proof that one person, when they link up with others, can make a huge difference. Shokriyo shows us how it's done. So the final question isn't about them anymore, it's for you. How are you going to be an active citizen? Because the power, it's in your hands.